I'm just going to start talking because I do much better with just talking instead of trying to map out exactly what I'm going to say. So here we go. My name is Lauren, and I am a free spirit. I love being able to enjoy life as it comes my way. I love independence. I love flexibility. And I've found myself at a crossroads for a lot of different reasons. Most recent is that my husband and I recently lost our dog. It was actually 6 months ago, but it feels like yesterday. And in the loss of her, it has brought a lot of things to the surface. One, I had zero idea how much she helped regulate my nervous system over the last decade. So not only have I been dealing with grief, I have also been dealing with a dysregulated nervous system. And what this last 6 months have looked like is a lot of figuring out what the hell is going on and what I need to do. And so it's really put me in this place of not being able to ignore what my body is doing or what my body needs. In feeling so lost and not really understanding what's happening in my body, I have realized how much I have been in a state of fight or flight for the last decade. So what I'm doing now is prioritizing my nervous system now more than ever. That's why I started this channel called the High Frequency Life. And the reason why I named it that way is because of one of the companies that I partner with that has been incredible in supporting my physical and mental and emotional wellness. But what I'm actually learning that it's turning into, at least for right now, the iteration of it right now, is perhaps showing what it looks like behind the scenes and what a high frequency life really looks like. High frequency to me is an aligned version of yourself. You're at, I'm trying to avoid the words like optimal because it's not optimizing for optimizing's sake, but it's more being in a place where you feel energized, you feel your best, you feel like your life has meaning and what it takes to get there. And I recently had a friend message me, and I'm going to read her text, but she found herself in this place of transition. She recently left her job and she's trying to figure out what's next. And she said that, I actually thought of you a lot because you are such an inspiration for someone who embraces transition and really does the work to evaluate where you are and being present in your everyday. And that actually was really meaningful to me at the moment that I got it, because I feel like I'm in the most messiest, unclear place that I've ever been. Growing up and in my adult years, I have prided myself in being able to always know what's next, or I'm always working towards the next thing. And while I have been in a lot of different places of transition that may or may not come up on this channel, a lot of things that used to matter to me no longer matter to me. And a lot of things that maybe I had pushed off to the side, now I want to prioritize more. Oh, and then also with my nervous system, there are things that I used to push through before that it is no longer an option to push through, or I'm choosing not to push through in order to give my nervous system the space and the support that it needs to come back up to a better baseline than it currently is at. A few things that matter to me now are different creative things that I have pushed off for a long time. I have always loved learning about photo and video and putting things together, and I've gotten good at doing that on my phone, but I've always wanted to learn how to do it more in a professional way. My husband does video work and is incredible at it, and I have always learned a lot from him. But for me, starting this YouTube channel is a space for me to learn. So on one hand, this channel is to show you what it looks like to be vulnerable in learning something new, of deciding that you want to do something, and then what it takes to actually develop that. I hope that as I post more and more videos that you'll start to see I mean, I would hope that I start to improve in one way or another, whether it's the audio or the framing or the cinematography of it. There's just so many ways that I want to be better. And it's also figuring out how to do that in a way that leaves space for me to do it in my own way. And I specifically started this channel because no one knows me on here. I have other established social media presences and stuff like that, but even what I've done before doesn't feel like it's aligned with who I am now. It just kind of feels like a different person post losing our dog, which sounds, I guess it sounds crazy, but also at the same time, it's not crazy. It's what feels real to me. So not only am I using this channel as a space to learn how to get better and bring you along on the journey, I'm also showing what it looks like to actually, what it actually looks like to be in a space of transition, because I think a lot of times, myself included, I only post things online when I've got it figured out. And this season, I feel like, is a very long season, and I want to start working on things that matter to me, so then I feel like I'm moving forward in some way. But I also want to challenge myself in taking you along on the journey, to give myself a way to see creating video and posting videos on here, not for the sake of optimizing and doing what people say to do on a YouTube channel, but more of a way for me to commit to doing something that really matters to me, that would feel fulfilling to me, and then giving myself a sense of purpose in a time that feels very unpurposeful. So that's that side of things. Also, job wise, I'm always have my hands in several different things. But honestly, I've built a 6-figure business. I've worked as a nurse. I've worked as a travel agent. I've done things on my own. I started my own coaching business last year and then ended up closing at the end of last year. And so I've done a lot of different things. And so currently, at the time of this video, I am partnering with two incredible companies. One is a skincare and makeup brand called Counter. The other is called Frequence, and it's a frequency tuned supplement company that's amazing. Both very much focused on overall wellness, quality over quantity, really taking the whole person into account in the products that they make and the businesses that they have. And both, I'm really proud to partner with them. Neither one of those businesses are in a place that I want it to be. I really want to be working for myself. I really want to do something that's my own, but I don't have clarity on what that is. Like, I don't feel like I'm a coach anymore. I don't really identify with that title, which usually means it's time to move on to something else. Maybe it's that I have a YouTube channel. I have a podcast that's kind of in the wings. I've got some things that are recorded, but not necessarily. I've felt stuck in that as well. So this is coming from someone that doesn't usually stay stuck for long, and I feel stuck. So this idea that came to me that feels more resonant is, if that's the word to say, is that with this YouTube channel, I'm going to be posting 30 days of giving you a behind the scenes look of what it looks like for me personally, the way that my life is, and how I'm navigating through this place of transition, not knowing where it's going. So I imagine that a lot of the days are going to look the same. Maybe the days are going to look boring. It's not going to be a hustle culture kind of situation. It's very much, I'm just going to be capturing what I'm doing each day. One, to show the roller coaster of what it looks like to be a self-employed person and a person in a state of transition, and what that can look like over time. I think a lot of times we can, be overcome with emotion. For me, at least, certain times of the month feel more heavy than other times of the month. Like right now, when I'm recording this video, this is usually when I feel the most creatively inspired, that I actually record things to post on social media, that I actually have some clarity and knock things out really quickly. But there's also times in the month that I feel terrible and I feel like nothing's going to work out. And that can be a really vulnerable and lonely place. And so I guess I'm going to take you on the journey with me. I don't know what this is going to turn into. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if people will enjoy it, but I don't know. I keep ever since I got that text from a friend, I was like, I have navigated several times spaces of transition. I'm in a really long and confusing time in my life, and I imagine that other people are there as well. And so, in order to give myself and my days places of meaning, I'm going to be recording that. And also, what is coming with that might be boring, I don't know, is that I have to be prioritizing my healing of my nervous system. And so sometimes my days look a lot more low key, and I think hopefully that will provide some like real life context onto what people's lives look like. And yeah, I don't know. So here we go. This is me talking for a long time, and hopefully this makes sense. But if you're still around on this video and you're resonating with anything, it would mean a lot to me if you like the video, if you subscribe to my channel, if you comment. For me, I care less about the views and more about engaging with people in meaningful ways. And honestly, that happens more in the comments than anything else. So if you send a comment, or if you type a comment, gosh, that would mean a lot to me. And I would love to know where you're at. I would love to know if you are excited for this. It feels a little scary. Part of me is afraid that I'm going to get burnt out, or that I'm going to feel like this weight that I have to keep up with things that I'm posting, because it very much is going to be in real time. Initially, let's say when I was born, I was someone that liked to be spur of the moment, creative, doing things in the moment. But over time, I've been conditioned that my worth is in planning and systems. I am very good at systems. I am very good at efficiency, but again, giving space for the true side of me, the true creative side of me. These videos are going to come out pretty close to the day that I record them. And so that means that my days are going to be full with filming, with reflecting, with editing. But at the same time, I'm going to be learning something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And so hopefully that dampens my fear that I'm going to get burnt out, because I'm not doing this for somebody else. I'm doing this for me. All of that to say, I hope that this all turns out okay after I'm done recording, and that you guys enjoy the ride, I guess.